Come thrifting with me. I am at one of my favorite thrift stores today, and as I've said in other thrifting videos, I am still looking for items for my cousin's baby shower and nursery. So I am looking for her theme, which is like whimsical, magical forest. I'm trying really hard not to cross the line into Great Wolf Lodge because I think that's easy to do. Let's get to it. I had already used my blue basket this day, so I had to grab the red one. What started out as a search for nursery items ended up being a lot of vintage Christmas. No regrets. I thought about this picture for a long time. I loved the design, the greens and the yellows. I really don't need anything like this, but when I saw that it was only $2, I just talked myself into it. If you put a plant or flowers inside of it, it's just so versatile. Now on to the Christmas stuff. I do already have a set of 3 angel carolers, so I just wanted to take a look at these. They were $1 each and really sweet. I expected to find some tapered candles when I opened this box, but it was a really neat stacked holiday sign. It was for multiple holidays, and I thought about it, but it just read a little bit more like early 2000s to me, so I left it for someone else. The holiday school kit next to it, though, I also had to take a look at. It's classic Oriental trading. I didn't end up grabbing it, but now I'm kind of kicking myself because it would have been so cute in a winter activity center for my kids. Maybe next time I go. Floral picks are something I talk myself into pretty easily. I loved the height of this one and it had a more vintage look, so for 50 cents, I grabbed it. I debated this one for a while. It was $1.25, which I thought was odd. There just wasn't enough red on it, so I put it back. But for $1, this little basket was so sweet. It could be placed inside of something else too, so I grabbed it. It would even work really well for the porch. Used Halloween makeup, that's a first for the thrift store. I'm not sure what these are, but it said Muffy, and I debated it. I just don't think our Muffy will be able to fit in there, so I left it. My main Christmas tree is red and gold, and so I loved the look of these, but when I picked it up, they were extremely cheap feeling, so I left it. Now that I have 2 gift wrap stations, one in my living room and one in my family room, I am always looking for tins to help kind of coordinate all of the ribbon. This one was really cute, and when it was only 50 cents, I'm going to get it, and if I can't make it work, I'll just donate it back. I also loved the size of this pick, and I don't have a lot of white poinsettias, so I grabbed it. I was so hopeful when I saw these that I would flip that last one over and it would be dandelion for Lakenzo, but unfortunately all red and green. For 50 cents, I had decided to grab this Season's Greetings glass for my husband. It'd be so cute in our bar area, but there was a giant chip out of the top, and once I noticed it, I decided to leave it for someone else. It could still really be cute for floral arrangements, or even candy canes. Little things just get me. They're so sweet, and I wanted to get it, but I'm pretty sure I have quite a few already. I loved the design on these candles, but once I looked at it a little bit closer, the ones I loved most with the orange, I think it looks painted on, and you just never know. Was it flammable? Are they meant to burn? So I left them. I picked this up because I think I may have donated it. It's definitely something I have at home. I'm just not sure if I ended up getting rid of it or not. In the Christmas linens, I found these cloth napkins. There ended up being 8 separate napkins. They were 25 cents a piece, no stains, and will work so well for tissue paper when wrapping gifts. So I grabbed them. This little wooden heart was out with the Christmas stuff, but will be really cute at Valentine's Day, so I grabbed it. And I love having homemade pieces like this on my main Christmas tree, but we do a lot of whites, and I just thought the black outline might clash a little bit, so I left it for someone else. I started to dig through the gift bags because last time I did find some wrapping paper in there all folded. The first one looked really new. The second one didn't really look Christmas to me, but this package was only 75 cents and you never know what you're going to find inside there, so I took the gamble. Now moving on to the kitchen stuff, they had 10-cent spoons. As I've mentioned before, ours always seem to just walk away. I'm pretty sure it's my oldest daughter. So I grabbed 3 for 10 cents and 1 for 25. The thrift store is great for replenishing stuff like that. These carafes were adorable. I loved them. I don't know if you'd use them for coffee or syrup, but really neat. In the craft and office supplies, they had this vintage crossword book. I think my son would just have such a good time doing these, and it would work great in our activity center. I had to see what the date was, and it was 1974, so definitely vintage, and I had to get it for $1. Really wish that tape wasn't on the front of it, but we'll make it work. Now that all my folded gift paper is nicely organized, I decided to look through theirs, and they had this outdoorsy one. I don't have a lot of masculine prints, so I grabbed it. And if you would have asked me, I would have told you I had a lot of wedding paper, but when I actually did inventory, I don't. So I grabbed this one for 75 cents. Very 90s. In our hallway, we have a table that I feel like I need something on. I've always used burlap, but when I saw this long banner doily, I think it would work perfectly and be the missing piece I need. So even though it was $5, it was totally worth it. I've also been framing things a lot, so I decided to look through the 10-cent postcards. They had a couple of spring ones that would work really well in spring and Easter. I loved that little, was it raccoon? Maybe a squirrel. I grabbed him as well as some of those strawberry prints. I got 3 so I could include some in gifting to you guys. The vintage linen search continues, and this one was really vintage, $1, had to get it. Before checking out, I looked at the earrings. I loved these. The green actually hangs behind your ear. I grabbed those for $1, and for $1.50, I had to get this turkey pin to make into a refrigerator magnet. And one last thing by the register were these 25-cent stickers for my husband's office trinket shelf. Stay tuned for that one. Overall, I only spent $23.81. What a deal. I had such good finds today. Thanks, guys.